Hey, did you see the news about Mahindra and Mahindra? Their stock dropped almost 6% today. It seems like the market isn't too thrilled about their plan to invest a hefty sum in their subsidiaries' rights issues.
Oh, wow, a 6% drop is significant. I hadn't seen that. So the market's reacting negatively to their investment plans? What's the deal? What subsidiaries are involved?
Yeah, it's a bit of a downer. They're planning to invest in the rights issues of Mahindra and Mahindra Financial Services Limited, MMFSL, and Mahindra Lifespace Developers Limited, MLDL. They're going all in, subscribing to the full extent of their rights entitlement. And the total investment might come up to 1,500 crore rupees.
Interesting. So they're basically putting more money into their existing investments. But a 6% drop suggests investors are worried about something. Perhaps the size of the investment?
Right. MMFSL is looking to raise up to 3,000 crore rupees, and MLDL wants to raise up to 1,500 crore rupees through their respective rights issues. And Mahindra plans to subscribe to any unsubscribed portion, up to the total issue size.
Gotcha. So Mahindra could potentially be investing a total of 4,500 crores rupees combined. That's a significant commitment, and the market's clearly expressing some concern. But why are these subsidiaries doing rights issues in the first place?
Good question. The announcement doesn't specifically say why, but generally, companies do rights issues to raise capital. It could be for expansion, reducing debt, or, for general corporate purposes. The market might be questioning whether this is the best use of Mahindra's capital, hence the stock drop.
Makes sense. Now let's dive a bit deeper into these subsidiaries. What do MMFSL and MLDL actually do?
MMFSL is a non-banking financial company primarily focused on rural and semi-urban sectors. They finance vehicles, tractors, and also offer SME financing, plus investment and insurance products.
Right, so they're like the financial backbone for a lot of rural communities. What about MLDL?
MLDL is in real estate development. They develop residential projects, integrated cities, and even industrial clusters.
Okay, so one's in finance, the other in real estate. Diversified portfolio. Hey, if you are enjoying the content so far, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It would really help us out.
Absolutely. So, are these investments considered related party transactions since they are subsidiaries?
Technically, yes, they are related parties, but the announcement states that the investment in the rights issues doesn't fall under related party transaction rules as per the LODR. So, it seems like they've dotted their I's and crossed their T's.
That's good to know. What about their financials? How have these companies been performing?
For MMFSL, their standalone revenue from operations for the year ended March 2024 was 13,404 crore rupees, with a consolidated revenue of 15,797 crore rupees. MLDL's numbers are a bit smaller, with standalone revenue at 18.69 crore rupees and consolidated at 212.09 crore rupees for the same period.
So, MMFSL is the bigger player in terms of revenue. What about their net worth?
MMFSL's standalone net worth was 18,157 crore rupees and consolidated was 19,933 crore rupees. MLDL's standalone net worth was 1,541.60 crore rupees and consolidated was 1,789.84 crore rupees.
Okay, got it. It seems like both companies have pretty solid financials. What's the timeline looking like for these acquisitions or investments, rather?
The announcement mentions that the completion of the investments depends on the timelines of the proposed rights issues by MMFSL and MLDL. So it's a bit open-ended.
So no specific dates given. What about regulatory approvals? Are there any needed?
According to the document, it's not applicable, meaning no specific governmental or regulatory approvals are required for these investments.
That's a relief. So, what's the object and impact of these investments from Mahindra's perspective? I mean, why are they doing this?
Well, the document simply states investment in proposed rights issue for both. It seems like a strategic move to support their subsidiaries and maintain their stake. The market's reaction today, though, suggests some skepticism about the long-term benefits of this strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, after the rights issues, the percentage of shareholding will change, right?
Definitely. The exact details will be available upon allotment of shares. So we'll have to wait and see what the final shareholding looks like.
Okay, so to recap, Mahindra is investing in the rights issues of MMFSL and MLDL, potentially up to 4,500 crores rupees combined to support their subsidiaries. But the market sent their stock down almost 6% on the news.
Exactly. And it's also about Mahindra maintaining its position and influence within these companies. However, the market is clearly signaling some concern, perhaps about the size of the investment, the use of funds, or the overall impact on Mahindra's balance sheet.
That makes sense. Where do MMFSL and MLDL operate?
MMFSL has a huge presence with 1,375 offices across 27 states and 7 union territories in India. MLDL's projects are also exclusively in India.
So both are focused on the Indian market. It's also worth pointing out as a disclaimer that we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
Absolutely. That's very important. Always do your own research and consult with a professional before making any investment decisions.
So, what about the history of these companies? How long have they been around?
MMFSL was incorporated on January 1st, 1991, and MLDL was incorporated on March 16th, 1999. So both have a pretty long track record.
Okay, so they're not exactly startups. What's interesting is how MMFSL has served customers in 19,070 out of the 19,745 pin codes in India. That's insane coverage.
Yeah, they've got a really wide reach, especially in those rural areas.
So, what's the general outlook here? I mean, is this a good move for Mahindra despite the market's initial reaction?
Well, it signals confidence in their subsidiaries. It's like reinforcing the foundation of their business ecosystem. If MMFSL and MLDL grow, so does Mahindra. So it's a synergistic kind of relationship. However, today's stock price movement shows that investors have some reservations. They might be worried about the opportunity cost. Could that money be better used elsewhere? Or perhaps they're concerned about the performance of the subsidiaries themselves.
It is. It'll be interesting to see how these investments play out and how it impacts Mahindra's overall performance in the coming years. The market's initial reaction is definitely a point of concern.
Yeah, definitely. It's a strategic move that could potentially boost Mahindra's long-term growth, but the market skepticism is a significant factor to consider. I guess only time will tell.